Clashes on the Armenia-Azerbaijan border have resumed after a period of calm. Initially, spokeswoman of the Defense Ministry, Shushan Stepanyan, reported that tensions had eased and the situation on the border in the northeastern region of Tavush was relatively calm, despite random occurrences of gunfire coming from the Azerbaijani side. However, last night, enemy movements were again reported by the Armenian armed forces. Again, Azerbaijani forces attempted an offensive but were pushed back. Defense officials estimated that around 100 Azerbaijani servicemen were involved in this attack. Shelling was reported thereafter on the villages of Aykepar and Movses. Azerbaijani forces used mortars and howitzers on these villages, which are close to the state border between the two nations. The Defense Ministry confirmed that in today's clashes, no casualties occurred on the Armenian side. After this infiltration attempt, Stepanyan reported that Armenian forces had hit an Azerbaijani tank. Furthermore, Armenian forces had destroyed Azerbaijani firing positions which were attacking using mortars and artillery. The Defense Ministry informed in the afternoon that they are ready to give permission to the Azerbaijani side to retrieve the bodies of their fallen. Armenia also denied information put out by Azerbaijani's Defense Ministry that damage was caused to Armenian cruise missile positions. The information was spread on Azerbaijani websites with photos attached. Stepanyan wrote, "Thus the enemy is trying to somehow mitigate its numerous technical and human losses." Armenia's Defense Minister David Tonoyan spoke to the personal representative of the OSCE chairman in office, who is dealing with the Nagorno-Karabakh peace mediation. The OSCE Minsk group had already called for all efforts to be made to de-escalate the situation. Armenia's Soldiers Insurance Fund has released a statement saying that the servicemen who died or were rendered disabled in the 2020 skirmishes will be compensated. For the soldiers who passed away, their families will be compensated instead. Depending on rank, soldiers who died or received first-degree disabilities will receive between $120,000 and $170,000. Those with second-degree disabilities will receive an amount between $60,000 and $110,000. CivilNet's team visited the border villages in the northeastern region of Tavush. CivilNet's Tatul Hakobyan spoke to the primate of the Tavush Diocese of the Armenian Apostolic Church, Bishop Bagrat Galstanyan. The bishop acknowledged that peace has a price, but that price is almost unavoidable. Bishop Galstanyan also spoke about how conflict has become a normality for this area of Tavush, but that peace is the utmost desire of the people of Tavush. And finally, I spoke earlier to Tatul Hakobyan, who has just returned from the state border in Tavush between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Hakobyan explained why these skirmishes are going on in Tavush, which runs along an internationally recognized border, and not in Nagorno-Karabakh, which is the main epicenter of the conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Hakobyan pointed out that the Tavush border is less fortified than the Karabakh border. Moreover, the distance between the opposing armies is far smaller than in Karabakh, where there is a significant distance. We also spoke about the reactions and sentiments of the people of these villages in Tavush, who have ended up seeing conflict as a normality. Hakobyan pointed out that due to the long-running nature of this conflict and the frequency of the fighting in Tavush, the villagers of places like Chinari and Movses are quite calm in the shadow of war. Even in CivilNet's recent report from these villages, one can see children playing and people making jokes about the damage being done to their homes.
It's abnormal normalcy, or abnormal normal when we are visiting the regions of Tavush. For more than 30 years, the population of villages, Aygepar, Chinari, Nerkin Karmiraq, Movses, and all the villages along the Armenian-Azerbaijani border, as I mentioned, we have more than 20 villages. For them, it's quite normal.